Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, November 9th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, MSTY, and AMZY. And obviously, since it's Friday, the majority of this is them closing out their positions for the week to see how they did. So who had trades? TSLY had a trade, well, some trades. CONY had some trades, and then MSTY had some trades. I'll get into what I circled in a second, which kind of confused me. But first, let's look at TSLY, right? What did they do? So first, like I said, if you want to read this easily, you just go to the BCs, all right? If there's no BCs, then you go from there. But this does have BCs. BC means buy to close. So they did a buy to close on the 295. Okay, what does that mean? If you go to the left, that was a call. All right, so it looks like they're closing out the calls that actually expired not yesterday. It expired next week. So this has an expiration date of November 15th. And then right below that, they used the same number of contracts, started a new position, up the strike price, probably because they don't see Tesla slowing down. So they said, all right, let's take the hit now. Let's move on. Let's move this strike price up before it gets worse. So is that a good move? That's up to you guys to decide. Again, who the hell knows? I thought Tesla was not even going to hit 300, and here they are. Boom, 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 boom. It's like crazy, man. Whew. But congrats if you held. All right, so what else did they do? There's another BC down below. Again, same thing. They closed the 295 that they had. They took the hit now, and they bumped that up to 340. They could have waited, right? They could have waited another week to see how it went. But I don't know. The likelihood that Tesla's going to go under the 295, maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think? Should they have waited to see or take the hit because Tesla's mooning? I don't know. That's part of the stock market. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. We just want to make premium. That's pretty much it. All right, let's go to the spreadsheet. Okay, so they have a synthetic 295. Did I see I saw something. Anyway, kind of cold in here. Should have put the damn sweatshirt on. They have a synthetic 295, 32,503 contracts. This expires on February 21st, 2025, 105 days away. They are already 8.89% above that, so that's good. So how did Tesla do yesterday? I mean, it's unbelievable, man. They had a fantastic day. They went up 8.19%. Do you believe that? I mean, they closed the day before at 296. They blew past 300. You figure like a big number like 300, there'd be like some resistance, sell-offs. Nope. They jumped 8.19% to 321. Wow. Tesla did capture 5.73% of that. They are at 1439. So now people, I guess for now, can zip their mouth about the reverse split, right? So no reverse split for you, which is good, right? Because, again, people love to talk about reverse splits, especially the haters out there. All right, so a lot of haters on Tesla, too. We know that. All right, here we go. All right, so what the hell is going on here? Way too much, right? Way too much. Yeah, the 1210, is that old news? So, yeah, the BCs, they got 24 and then 2204. Yeah. 20. Yeah. So this middle one, this is old news, right? They closed that the day before. 2000. Whatever. I'll just leave it there for now. So, yeah, I don't see a trade for 2000. So if I go like this, okay, did it. Wow. Someone asked, why don't you buy an iPad, right? Why don't I do this on an iPad? I mean, it'll probably be the same crap. It'll maybe be a little easier for fat fingering, but I'm not buying an iPad for this, you know. The phone has gotten me here. The phone will take me to the moon. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so again, they closed out the 31,188 contracts, 295 strike. They closed it out. They paid $24, all right? So massive hit there. However, call credit spread, keep in mind, it was a 320. They did, you know, borderline went above 320. Who the hell would have thought? And not only that, they had so much time value. They had another week, so this thing was worth much more than what they paid. So you could see the call credit spread pay them $9.99 per share. So here's what happened, right? They took the hit. They paid $74 million to close out the weekly, but the call credit spread was able to save them, you know, $31 million. So if you net the two, then obviously that's the total loss, right? $43 million approximately. So again, without the call credit spread, obviously it wouldn't have been a $74 million loss because they would have sold a call a little higher than what they did, right? But they would have gotten their ass kicked anyway. So it turns out in this situation that a call credit spread was fine. But again, over the election, you know, period. Although when did they open this? 11/6. When was that? That was this week. But yeah, obviously, yeah, over this whole election cycle, it was smart to have call credit spreads, and it did offset. You know, it's like you almost knew if Trump won, it was going to moon, but who the hell knew it was going to go this high? So obviously they lost on the sold call. They won on the buy call, in short. All right, what about this one? This little one hanging out, 1,315 contracts. They paid $22.04 to close it, and they got $863 in the call credit spread, all right? So same thing as above, right? So if you look at the call debit, that's what they paid to close it, $2.8 million, all right? So that's a loss. However, offset the damage, right? For the spread that they used, 1.1 mil, so they only lost 1.7 mil. So in the end, guys, if it blows through the sold call, it's going to be a loss, right? But the loss is limited with the call credit spread. So do we use a call credit spread? You know, we use it for the just in case. But if we don't think it's going to blow through to the moon, then we don't need it, right? But in this example, it turns out, well, of course, all the time value was still there too, but it turns out, you know, they actually did need it. But again, it goes back to the question. This is a $2.95 strike price that had 5 days left. Should they have waited? Do they think Tesla's going to come back down? Obviously, the answer is no. But what do you guys think? I don't know. I kind of think they did the right move. But let's see. Let's see here, though, what they do. 31,188 contracts, 340 strike price, 5.85% out of the money. Same thing with the 1,315, 5.85% out of the money. Okay. All right, that's like kind of the norm, and they're still able to open call credit spreads. So they bought a call at 375 on both of them, right? That's 16% away from helping. The gap is 340 versus 375. So a $35 gap. You know how I feel about that. So I'll try not to rain on the parade, but that's a pretty big gap. I mean, I know Tesla's mooning and all, but 375, man, really? Oof. I don't know, man. All right, so outstanding shares, did you do anything? No. That was from the 7th. So from the 8th, nothing, no change. All right. So here's the recap. 30-day IV, 59%. Outstanding shares, 67,525,000. Income, yeah, there not much income. It's a loss of 55.1 mil. The reaction is, yeah, Tesla's not stopping, right? Tesla's not stopping. It's going to plateau at some point, but it's on the election hangover, and it was still going up. I thought it would chill out, but clearly it didn't. My calls got blown through on TSLY, which, it's all good. So obviously I didn't, predict this right. Group A declares on November 27th, and that is in 18 days. All right, so let's look at the payment information. Again, they're on the second cycle of the 4 weeks for the fiscal year. So synthetic income, 125 mil. The short call income, short call loss, 55.1. So net the two together, we're looking at 70.3 mil. So this, these numbers are worse than the day before. Why? Because they closed out their weekly positions and they did not do any type of synthetic bailout. All right, so income per share is $1.04, which that's where we stand. All right, that's still a good number. Wins, losses, if you care, 9 for 9. Because again, sometimes they when they lose on the weeklies, typically they'll win on the call credit spread, but not all the time. All right, so we have two estimates. We have the IV estimate showing 72 cents, and then we have the as at, which shows $1.04. But again, it's a lot of time left. All right, here are the holdings. What do we got? We got a good position in the synthetic because the synthetic is at 295, and as we saw, they're well above 300. So they could have easily moved the synthetic up, but they decided not to. Kind of like that, to be honest, but because they didn't need to, right? Because if you go over here, the synthetic is, we made enough synthetic income for the month. So now they can win the weeklies. Then they want to win the weeklies, clearly, right? They said, all right, the crap from last week or that was expiring this week, it's not going to work, right? So let's bump that baby up to a 340 and go from there. So we'll see. All right. Oh my God. Look at this. Total net assets, 972 mil. So close to a bill. I guess Tesla's going to be number 2, man. All right, the NAV is 1440. The trade price is 1439. 1 penny off if you care. Synthetic bailout money, it comes to about 99 mil, which again, they could use that whenever they choose. And then we'll see what happens with the weeklies for next week. All right, so who else had trades? Let's go over here. So that was TSLY. CONY had a trade, we'll get to. But MSTY had a trade. So I'm not going to bore you with my confusion, but so basically they closed out. All right, let's zoom in here. The BCs, right? First thing you do, you look at the trades and you look for BCs, all right? So they did a buy to close on the synthetic, 3,500. All right, that's fine. But then they did a buy to close on the weekly, but the 290 per this order of operations did not even exist for 3,500, right? We had a smaller position, but they didn't have that many. This is why I hate how it doesn't go in the proper order. But I'll show you in a second. Let's get to the spreadsheet. All right, so here we go. Synthetic 255. Let's go up here. So I still put it in italics because it was just confusing. But anyway, they closed out 3,500 contracts. What'd they make? They made a lot of money, right? They made 7.4 mil on the call. Let's net the put. In the end, they made about 5.3 mil. So a forced closure, yes, because people sold out. However, making money on the way out, we'll take it. And guess what, guys? They are up 6% on their synthetic position, and it expires next week. They're letting that baby ride out. This I like. I like a lot. All right, let's continue. Let's go to the weeklies. How did MSTR do yesterday? Do you believe this? A slow MSTR day? Oh my God. Is this even right? It says down 0.14%. MSTY down 0.13%. We'll take it. Nice, slow, boring day. Love boring days. Let the time value kick in. All right, let's try to zoom in. Fat fingers. Let's go. All right, that works. All right, so. All right, what do we got here? We got a lot going on. So to the top, if you look at the 255, right? So let's go back here. So first off, let's go here. So you see the other BC towards the bottom. There's a 255. They closed out 31,130 contracts. You look to the right, that's an 1812 expense. It's massive, obviously. So they lost money. And call credit spread useless at 4 cents, and then they opened a new position. Okay, so let's cover that real quick. So obviously, you see the 1812 plugged in for all of them, right? Column I, yes, that's a loss. They lost money, all right? The 255 call that they opened got blown through. But, I mean, to be fair, they were 11% out of the money when they opened that. So who would have thought? I mean, the thing just blew, right? The thing blew up. The call credit spread, right? The call credit spread, bear call credit spread, buy call, whatever the hell. You know, you heard me bitching about the gap, right? The gap, 45, was it $55 gap? I mean, look at the $55 gap. Did it do us any good? Did it? No, it didn't. Look how much we made, 4 cents. Wow, 4 cents. You know why? Because it didn't reach the 310. It almost did. Not really, but, it could have with all this mooning. But, again, the gap is so big that it turns out like I don't know, it just didn't do it. $55 gap, 4 cents. Thank you for nothing. So in the end, if you scroll to the right, it's all losses. Obviously, they made credits because there was 4 cents credit. They're going to make a credit on it, but freaking 4 cents, barely even broke 100K. But if you look at the ending profit loss, right, it's just massive. It's all red, right? All red. All 6 trades, sell calls, buy calls, all 6 losses. So, again, tough hit, tough beat, but, it is what it is. Election week, let's move past it, right? Okay? Now, here's the confusing part for me. They already had a position at 290, but they did open a new position at 290, which I kind of didn't see. But on the top, you see they closed the position at 290. They closed 3,500 contracts even before they opened the 31,130 contracts. So at first I was thinking, all right, they don't have enough at the 290, but obviously they closed it. It looks like in this order, they closed it before they even opened the position. But obviously it's done, I guess, all at the same time. So that's why I can go out of order. So that's why I circled it. And yes, very confusing. But so you see the 27,630, that was the 31K, but I had to break it up because 3,500 of that was already closed. The 1,330 was what I was looking at originally, and I'm like, all right, there's not enough shares. So I left that untouched. I took it from the 31K and I moved on, all right? I don't know if I just confused the hell out of everyone, but or if you even give a crap, to be honest, but it is what it is. Why is this not filled in? Yield. How is yield not working? Oh, because it's 0. That's fine. So look, real quick, they opened the new positions. They had the position at the 290. That was already there from the day before. So we can actually skip that one. So here's what they opened. They opened the 31,000 originally, right? Because that's the total of the 27 and the 35. They chose a 290 strike price. That's 7.24% out of the money. And then they did a call credit spread of what? $35. Okay, again, another high number. 20% away from helping. But check this out. This is pretty cool. They were forced to close out 3,500. But look, the 290, they closed it for 635. The credit they got was 734. So give me that little bit of money. We'll take it. And even better, call credit spread, paid 195. It was a wash. So good stuff, right? Good stuff. A wash. Oh, I was wondering what my formula would do. A wash is a win. And it is. So we'll take it. We'll call it a win. I'll give you that win, YieldMax. So good job. Even though you were forced to do it, it's a win. So I will take it. So how do we feel about these strikes heading into next week? I mean, it's unpredictable, man. It's unpredictable. Crypto, who in the hell knows since the election, but it's on quite the bullish run. All right, so for yesterday, outstanding shares, it did go down by 1.8 million. Obviously, that's a big drop. But what can you say, man? People are taking profits when MSTY hits 30. I actually did not sell. I didn't even look, to be honest. Probably a good thing because I probably would have sold for a profit because that's what I've been doing. But at the same time, there's no reason for me to think that MSTR is going to go back down. So we'll see, man. All right, here's the recap. 30-day IV, 86%. Outstanding shares, 26.6 mil. Total net income, 60 mil. Loss, unfortunately, so we'll stop there. So yeah, they have lost 60 million in just the weeklies. Group D declares again on November 20th. That's 11 days away, and that was just me yesterday being confused. To be honest, it's been a long week. Give me a break, all right? I probably should have looked ahead at the other trades, but whatever. Some days, man, this shit is just like, I don't know. I need a spreadsheet-cation, right? Because I deal with spreadsheets at my job, so you can imagine the overload. At least this is Google versus Excel. All right. Synthetic income, 209 mil. Again, this is where they stand. Short call loss, 60 mil. Net the two together. It's looking like 149 mil. Income per share obviously went down from the day prior because, again, they closed out some of those weeklies. So it's now sitting at $5.61. Here's the trade ratio. Not that great. 7 wins, 21 losses. Terrible record right there. Why is this not adding up? H2 to H14. Oh, count. Yeah, no, that should say sum. See what I mean? There's so many stupid things on the spreadsheet. All right, so IV is 223 based on an 86% IV. So payment, if they're going to hold back some, which clearly that's maybe what they're doing since it's the beginning of the year, payment could be anywhere from 223 to 561. All right, so holdings, let's see what we're dealing with here. Synthetic is 255. Wait a second, I highlighted the wrong freaking line. Good God. Feel free to yell at me in the comments. I don't even care. I deserve it. All right, so that's the appropriate orange. The synthetic is doing well. I was like, what the hell? So this, obviously, an orange, 62 mil. And then the call for this week, we have a 290, right? And the call credit spread is 325. But again, we'll see how that goes. All right. Total net assets. It looks like TSLY's gonna beat you to a bill. You're gonna let that happen, Misty? But it's showing 823 mil. The NAV 30.95, trade price 30.97, and synthetic bailout money. Clearly, that's all screwed up too because I highlighted the wrong one. So let's move on. NVDY did not have a trade, so we'll just cover them. So what's going on with them? They're just chilling here. 93,340 contracts. Their synthetic is at 130. The price is at 147, so they're doing well, 13% above. This synthetic expires, 5 days before Christmas, 42 days away. No connection. You can still, no connection. All right, so something's happened with my Wi-Fi, I guess. So, all right, is this message going to go away? Thank you. All right, so let's move on to the weeklies. NVIDIA yesterday, it did go down by 0.84%. NVIDIA only went down by 0.54%. So very boring day in NVIDIA land. Actually, SOXL was down a decent amount. So I did sell puts on those. All right, so what do we got here? Again, they were done. They closed out their week, so they didn't have to make trades. But here they are. They are sitting at all eggs in one basket, a 148 strike price. That is 0.25% out of the money. I mean, so we're kind of rooting for a flat week for NVIDIA next week. That's not easy, right? Although it could happen. We'll see. I don't like this spot, not one bit. The call credit spread is 4.99% away from helping. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. At least the gap is $7 on here. So let's take a look. Outstanding shares, no change, right? Because we go to the 8th. Here we go. No change. That's fine, I guess. So 30-day IV is 50%. Outstanding shares, 50,850,000. Total net income is a loss. Shocker, 24 mil. So we will stop there. Reaction is, they waited, right? They decided, I'm going to wait. I have expiration date of next week. I'm not closing it out. In fact, I probably left the office early, right? I went out last night, probably hung over this morning, and I had a good time. So I'm just going to wait until the 15th. Group B, by the way, declares on December 4th, 25 days away. How's the payment information doing? Well, they got no synthetic incomes, and they lost on the weeklies, so they're at a loss. So we can't even use these numbers. But we will go down here and use the IV. The IV is 50%, and that shows $1.08 to be the guesstimate, which is probably around what they're going to pay, because we saw they made approximately like $2 per share this last month, and they paid out $1. I know I keep getting asked, like, why were your estimates off? I mean, my estimates were based on them paying close to what they made. If they decide to pay less, then that's out of my control. What can I say? Again, I'm fine with it either way. I think it's a good move to honestly hold back some in the beginning of the year. But whatever. All right, so their synthetic is very, 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 very valuable. As you can see, the call is worth 199 mil. That's awesome. And the put, broke ass girl, only wants 27 mil. We'll take it, man. Cheap ass dates are good. No gold diggers here, right? No gold diggers. So, and that's good, right? I know people, they miss me singing, so they want me to sing something else. So again, if something comes to mind, I'll just start throwing tunes out. But right now, I got nothing. I'm kind of brain dead, to be honest, from this week. All right, so we got a 148. That's the sold call, and they got the 155 buy call. So we'll see how that plays out. How is their money? How much are they worth? 1.3 bill. The NAV 25.91, and the trade price 25.87. 4-cent gap. Look at that synthetic. 100. Is that right? 172. Yeah, that sounds right. It's 172. So when they cash that out, again, they could still, hold it, right? Because the synthetic, that's making money from the underlying price. What if the underlying price goes down? Maybe reserve some of that income when it goes down and we're getting our asses kicked later on, right? That's a good idea. And then guess what? NVDY will never see under 20. Maybe, I don't know. But it's been such a good fund. I'm happy. I hope it stays at 25 forever. Am I ever going to sell NVDY? Maybe. Again, I'm not in love with any of these funds, but NVDY has been by far my best. So, and it's paid me approximately 96% of my original investment. And that includes current purchases. So it's done really well. Anyway, enough about NVDY. Let's move on. All right, the last part of this is CONY AMZY. I think CONY had a trade, so let's pull them up. So here we go. So there it is. Here's CONY. 4 trades. They got a BC. Of course they do. Buy to close. What they close at 255. All right. So they closed part of the 255 that expired on 11/15. Again, this could have been a solo position, right? They paid a lot. They paid 1969. However, they did have an offset. They had an offset credit of 917. So if you think about it, they paid about $10 per share. All right. Now, new position, what did they do? They pretty much just moved up the strike price, right? 285. So they said, let's get out of this 255. We're on a crypto bull run. Let's take the hit now and let's move it up to 285 for next week. Because again, the 255 had an expiration date for next week. So similar to, I think, TSLY, they decided, all right, take the hit now, move it up for next week, and hopefully we can get the win. All right. Again, what do you guys think? Good strategy? Bad strategy? What would you have done? I don't know. All right, so let's go to the holdings. By the way, shout out to all of the CONY investors who watch my channel just for CONY still. And I hope I'm making you proud. I know it's not the same. But again, you see what they do. It's really hard to track. So I'll do my best to make sense of what they're doing. All right, so Coin had a really good day. It went up 5.6%, and CONY captured a lot of that, 4.95%. So if we zoom out here, let's take a look at the holdings. Again, a lot going on here. They have a synthetic. It's chilling. Again, their synthetic expires 2/21. So many days away. So will they cash that out? If needed, I'm sure they will. But right now, they are 15% above that, right? 15% above that. And again, the problem is if they ever close that out and move the synthetic strike price up, what if coin goes back under 200, right? They'll be sitting at a 270 strike again. So that's the good part of them just waiting, right? Just wait, right? Just wait. And it's good. It's good. Especially if you don't have to use the synthetic bailout money. All right. So what's going on here, right? What's going on here for next week? All right. So it looks like they got scattered do, right? That's a good sign. So we love scattered do. 20,175 contracts, 270 strike price, 0.27% in the money. Well, that's not a good start. All right. What else we got? 10,040 contracts. We have a 280 strike price, 3.42% out of the money. Okay, a little better. And this is the new position. Remember, they closed out the old and they posted the new. This is the new. 4,715 contracts, 285 strike price, 5.27% out of the money. So the new one is 5% out of the money. Now, again, the largest position is slightly in the money, and the other two are 3 to 5% out of the money. The call credit spreads, 7 to 12% away from helping. Again, they are there to offset the damage in case crypto bull run just keeps going and 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 going. But we'll see, man. We'll see. You would think that the election hangover is done and crypto may take a chill, right? People may take profits and then we may be good. But again, I don't know. I don't freaking know. I'm not here to time the market. You guys decide. Oh, man, wait. Are they in the 900s? Ooh. TSLY versus CONY. Who will hit 1 billion next? Do you care? But look at that price. Look at that. Anyway, total net assets, 908 million. The NAV, look at that NAV recovery, 1695. Trade price, 1696. Oh my God, they're about to hit 17. That is impressive. All right. Again, it's all thanks to the underlying, so let's be realistic. Synthetic bailout money, it's worth a lot. It is worth a lot. So when they cash that out, you may get a decent distribution. 30-day IV, 69%. IV estimate, 91 cents. They're part of Group C, and they declare on November 13th. What does that mean? They're going to be on my Sunday morning estimate. So they declare in 4 days. Is that right? 4 days. Wow. All right. So I gotta start thinking about that, right? What are they going to pay? I don't know. Last I looked, it's going to be over $1. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. It's definitely going to be over $1. Let's be realistic here. All right, so that's CONY. Let's go to AMZY. Hi, AMZY. Amazon went down 0.9% yesterday. AMZY went down 0.78% yesterday. No trade for them. They didn't need to make a trade because they already did their thing for the week. How's their synthetic doing? They're chilling. They got a 210. However, Amazon is actually at 208, but it doesn't matter, right? This expires on February the 21st, so who cares? Leave it alone, right? Let's focus on the weeklies, right? That's what we do. We sell options weekly. We make money weekly. The synthetic, we have no control of. We can't control what the underlying does. Our weekly trades is where we want to make the money. So let's see. 9,405 contracts, 215 strike price, 3.28% out of the money. Okay, not bad. Call credit spread, of course. Everything has a freaking call credit spread. This has a 225, 8% away from helping. That is a $10 gap or a 5% gap. So again, if they were all that tight, it would be awesome. I know it's a little more expensive on the others, but I just like, I do like call credit spreads, like when they are needed, number one, and when the gap is a little tighter, right? I don't want to increase the dead zone, right? To make it kind of useless. Like why pay out of pocket if, it's a big what if, right? Big what if. All right, so total net assets, little bitty tiny fund, right? 193 mil. It's very sad. It's very lonely. But the NAV is 2044 and the trade price is 2046. So what do you have to say about that? $20. It's at $20. How many funds are at 20 or above? Not many. AMZY's the consistent. All right. Synthetic, again, they're not really, it's not fantastic right now. Let's let that play out. But their IV, oh my God, it's even lower. Holy crap, 30-day IV, 22%. Ew. IV estimate based on that, 36 cents. Group D declares in 11 days. So AMZY, man, their distribution, it might not be too fantastic. So yeah, that IV sucks, to be honest. But that's why it's a safe fund, you know. I like the IV a little higher on Amazon, but I have no idea like when their earnings is or anything. But actually, did I write that? No, I didn't put when their earnings is. But it's not really a game changer anyway, because they're a pretty solid freaking company. So no surprises usually. All right, guys, I think that's the update. So as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again on the Monday recap. All right. So as you guys know, my weekends are nuts with videos. So what's the schedule? Well, today the next stop will be my options trading journey. I will update you on that, on how I did this week. But needless to say, my TSLY shares are freaking gone. But also, I will do everyone's favorite new series, the Roundhill versus Defiance versus YieldMax. I haven't even looked at it. So I wonder who's winning. I can't wait to find out, actually. So we'll do that for the late afternoon show. That should be a 6 p.m.er. That's a premiere. The options one I post early for the members, and then it gets released, I think, around 2 or 3 p.m. for the community. And then on Sunday, I'll do a YieldMax estimate video. And that's probably it. If I have time. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have any plans to do anything else. But and I still don't know if the market's open Monday. I should have checked that. As far as I know, it is. So we shall see. All right, so that's it. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It does go a long way. It does. It seriously, it does. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments down below. Okay, sorry, I'm losing it already, right? But anyway, I guess I gotta give you keywords. So if you're new to the channel, what do we do? What is this keyword bullshit, right? So at the end of each video, what we do is you want to prove it, right? You want to prove that you suffered through this whole freaking video. So what we do is we give you a keyword and you throw it in the comments. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, today is the key word. So what do we do? What do we do? You know what? Let's go on with the skunk. Let's talk about the skunk. So yesterday I looked up how do we get rid of a skunk. I looked up. They don't like the smell of ammonia. I didn't have ammonia on me. And they don't like the smell of apple cider vinegar. So I soaked some towels up in apple cider vinegar, right? I put them in a plastic bag. I poked holes in the plastic bag, and I put it by the openings of where they're trying to get under my shed. They were under my shed. I saw his freaking tail just hanging out yesterday. These bastards, I don't know, man. So hopefully that works. So the keyword today, if you made it this far in the video, is ACV, apple cider vinegar. That's it. I don't know. Do you guys drink that crap? Oh, man. I know it's really good for you, but good Lord, I used to take shots of it every morning. Oh, my God. I haven't done it in a while. I probably should because I'm getting older, right? The older you get, you got to be even healthier, right? I did go for a run yesterday, but still. But yeah, that's the other thing. That's the key word. And let me know if you drink the keyword. So like I said, the keyword on today's video is ACV, apple cider vinegar. And yeah, let me know if you drink it or not, or if you have ever tried it. If not, you got to try it and let me know because it's bad. All right, guys, I think I'm out of here. I just want to say thank you for watching as always and enjoy your weekend. I will talk to you later.